everyone, it's Tom Seymour with VHS Massacre Radio, and I'm here with Miss Stephanie Perez.
Hello, how are you?
AKA Yeah Food Beer.
That would be me.
And we just got back from the New York Comic Con, so we figured we'd do a quick recap on some of the things that went down. One of the things we did is we took a trip to Glass Eye Pix to meet Larry Fessender, or Fessender, whatever you like. You met him?
I did. Very cool dude, very down to earth.
Did you ever see The Trooper on Shudder?
Absolutely, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's really cool. The Trooper's fantastic. He's also done Stakeland and Wendigo, The Last Winter, which I think in some way has some homage to The Thing. I think he's a John Carpenter fan for sure. Produced over 80 films and directed something like 23. One of the few successful, truly independent film production companies that has survived all this time. He has made films that he's sold to the IFC and Sundance and even Shudder. You know, so he's really a real success story. Speaking of Comic-Con, what are some of the highlights you had from there?
Comic-Con this year was pretty fun. It almost felt slightly less busier than previous Comic-Cons. I did have the pleasure of getting to meet Jodie Benson from a small independent movie. You may have heard of it. It came out back in 1989. Really small, tiny film, Disney's Little Mermaid. Not a lot of people are very familiar with it, but I'm totally kidding.
Yeah.
So I met Jodie Benson. She voices Ariel in The Little Mermaid and The Little Mermaid 2 and the Little Mermaid Ariel's Beginning. She also did Barbie and all of the Toy Story movies, and she also voiced Disney's Thumbelina.
Very nice. And what was it like meeting her?
It was fabulous. She just radiates joy. And it was really funny because I did the photo op experience, and this woman was like, no touching, no hugging, and she was just like, come over here, and she gave me a hug and shook my hand, and I kind of wanted to turn around to the staff and be like, ha, she hugged me. But no, she was absolutely a joy. I mean, I only had a minute, but it was a really, really enjoyable minute, and probably one of the best minutes that I've had this month.
Right. Well, speaking of The Little Mermaid, those of you who are listening out here who actually like the VHS Massacre documentaries, you were in the first one. You pointed out in the original Little Mermaid clamshell cover, there was some controversial artwork.
There was a male genitalia hidden in the columns of King Triton's castle, aka Ariel's original home with her sisters. There was a little bit of an Easter egg hidden in the original iteration of VHS clamshell movies. Eventually, when it was found, Disney, made sure that they put out new VHS tapes. But if you look in any Goodwill or something, you'll always find them. They're out there. Yeah,
and then just so those of you who know, Stephanie's helping me on the sequel, VHS Massacre 2, which is coming along very well. We have a rough cut. We're trying to cut that down. I have it down to about 85 minutes, but we have to make sure it's a little entertaining because we don't want the documentary too long. That can be a little much. So we're trying to make it fun and sexy for everyone. So hopefully in the next 6 months we'll have it finished off. And you helped with that one. We covered the last closing of the CEX DVD exchange store. That's your scene in the new one.
Yes, it is.
It's very brief.
It's very sad. My favorite was though when we went on the second, in Dublin, we found a CEX store there, which was really hilarious.
Yeah, they're fine over there.
Yeah,
apparently.
Europe loves them.
Yeah.
We just can't have any.
So the other place we went was, of course, Troma Entertainment has a booth, and we were able to make our annual pilgrimage to the Troma booth.
We did. We got to say hi to Lloyd
again. And the commissioner,
his awesome
Patricia Kaufman. And the whole gang was there. It was actually really a lot of fun. And the first VHS Massacre apparently. They had told me it continues to sell well, so I'm excited to put the second one out.
And Shudder was there. We got to say hi to them.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're huge fans of The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs, also featured in the VHS Massacre Too. But anyway, what are the other thoughts about Comic-Con? Oh, 1UP Arcade?
Oh, yeah, 1UP, our arcade 1UP. Those guys were there. Super cool. I got to play with their Street Fighter for a little bit. They've also got new titles that they were able to kind of debut there, which was really fun. And they've got a ton of different types of cabinets. They've got like the standalone. They've got the tabletops. It was fun.
Oh, they have a really sexy new Star Wars. That old Vector Graphics arcade machine's gorgeous looking.
It's got the controller that looks like a plane or something.
Yep. And then, of course, the one that they're really proud of is there's a brand new Marvel one, and that's got all those Marvel versus Capcom type fighters and things like that. So,
and it was really funny because they had a ginormous. The thing had to be like, I don't know, 100 feet or something.
Yeah,
it was
like a 2-story tall arcade machine with huge buttons and everything.
And it was their Marvel superheroes. The Capcom title was the superheroes one with all the different games.
Yeah, and they even have they have some really interesting cabinets now. They have a Street Fighter cocktail table that has like 12 other games on it.
And they have a Pac-Man one too.
Yeah, and if you think about it, like how awesome would that be for your coffee table? It's just a cocktail table with 12 games in it. That would be super sick. So yeah, 1UP Arcade's doing some very cool things. They asked me what my favorite arcade was, and I didn't think to. I thought they were asking of the stuff they have. I should have mentioned Konami's Crime Fighters, because I'm a huge fan of Konami, and I like Crime Fighters. And at one time, I was the world record holder for Crime Fighters. Now I think I'm number 2. I think I'm number 2 in the world on Twin Galaxies.
That's embarrassing. 2?
World champion. Former world champion of Crime Fighters, one of the most obscure Konami games.
Can't even be first place, second place.
Oh. Yeah, I know. Stephanie's not impressed. Any new news for Food Beer? Those people who are interested.
Let's see. I had a pretty fun, packed weekend. I had the opportunity of being on the Instagram Food Squad, and through Instagram and New York Times, had the pleasure of covering the New York Times first annual food festival. It was super fun. It was over at Bryant Park. Very well attended, beautiful weather, so that was really neat. And then, we did dinner, did Comic-Con. I loved all the costumes this year. The Disney princesses were out in full effect. I appreciate that very much. What were some of your favorite costumes this year?
I'm not a huge costume person, but there was some nice looking.
Yeah, there were some really hot guys out there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
The Thor.
You weren't about to objectify women, were you?
The overweight Thor.
That's what I thought.
It seemed to be a theme.
Oh yeah, I'm all for dad bod Thor. That's great.
Was it Harley Quinn? Is that
Harley Quinn? Yeah. I remember seeing a couple.
Some nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep, that was really good.
I saw Captain America who could get it.
Yeah,
he had a very nice shield.
Okay,
it's a very nice shield.
Fair enough. And so finally, just another piece of news. Those of you who are fans of the comedy horror films, Bikini Bloodbath, those are supposedly going to be re-released in HD digitally, and there could be a Blu-ray down the road. So look into that if that's your thing. And then beyond that, I think that's about it. Right?
Sounds like a wrap, yeah.
Okay, well, everyone, thanks for listening. I am your host, Tom Seymour, and my special guest / wife has been Stephanie Perez.
Has been? Oh, boy. Can't wait for the next podcast.
Yeah.
To be continued.
Yeah, Food Beer. Okay, thanks for listening.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.